If you're having paranormal issues, contact us at mwghosthunters.com. From the files of the Midwest Ghost Hunters.
All right, Midwest Ghost Hunters site investigation, recorder 1.
Oh, Dustin, right there. Something just moved behind you.
Yes, it did. What the was that?
What happened?
Something touched my ear, man.
What's that?
This is Dark Matter with Midwest Ghost Hunters.
We've got some EVPs for you today from our podcast we've done in July. We're going to be hitting those a little bit. We also have an email we're gonna roll into here in just a bit about someone who emailed us about whether or not ghosts can communicate through Alexa.
I want to hear Ty respond to that.
I was looking.
That's the main thing.
I was looking to see if he was going to say anything.
To me, that kind of trumps the EVPs we've got.
You know, we've had several emails on that subject before.
On Alexa?
Yeah, on the home, on the Alexa that's sitting on the coffee table. A lot of people have asked if we've had any experience with people, saying that they've heard voices through it or that they've had Alexa communicating things to them. We'll get to that part.
Did you just hear that?
Whoa.
Did you just hear that?
What was that?
That was in my left.
Wow.
Yeah, that was
Did you
left
just hear
ear.
that?
Left ear.
That was my left ear, too.
It was a yeah.
Dude, was that the old man?
How is it so loud?
It was something.
That was none of us, man.
No, man, it wasn't.
It sounded like someone way over there was like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like
Like someone down at the dairy lane on a Sunday morning.
It was.
Half a cigarette and a coffee
That
down.
was so weird. It definitely happened. Anybody listening to the podcast can back it up, 45 seconds and hear that.
Are we still in our intro?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just basically have just got started, and you hear that.
I heard more
yeah.
talking there, but it might have been
I think
Tamara.
that's Tamara out there.
That is, but this one was not.
No, the first one wasn't because I have one ear in the headphones and one ear out, and I did not hear it on the one that's out.
No,
was
that
a
sounded like a
yeah.
scruffy man.
Why would it be left ear for all of us? How
Well,
does
I know
that
it's
make
left ear
sense?
for me because that's the only one. So it had to be in the
Left
headphones.
for him.
It was stereo for me,
yeah,
but I
I
had
had-
my headphones on.
I had
stereo
this too,
for me.
where I had my left ear in and my right ear not.
I just heard it left.
I just heard it in the
It was weird. It was weird. If you want to back up the podcast, you can definitely hear that. That wasn't any of us. There's 246 of us here at this table, and none of us were making a sound when that happened.
We'll replay that one in the future for sure.
Yeah, we'll have to pull that one up and play it for sure. What were we talking about? Alexa? I think that's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Whoa, I heard it
We were
again.
talking. It was louder that time, both ears. We'll get to that in a minute. The email about whether or not paranormal activity can come through on something electronic like Alexa. Which it's hard to say that yes, it'll come through on a recording, but no, it won't come through on Alexa. So
I think with Alexa, if it were me, I would be looking at, did you do something to turn it on?
What is this?
you want to just go ahead and start?
What is
there?
the context
into
of
that?
it? Because are they asking questions to the Alexa and the Alexa is answering them?
That's what we'll play here. I mean, that's not what we'll play. That's what we'll say here. Okay.
But also, Alexa can be set up to like give reminders for things.
Yes. Well, here, let me. This is now. Keep in mind, this is one. We've gotten several of these before where they've heard voices come through the speaker on Alexa. That's not what this one is. I'm pretty close to moving out of my house. So last night, I'm sitting on my couch, surfing my phone, not doing anything out of the ordinary, and my Alexa starts to blast the Scooby-Doo theme song. This absolutely freaks me out because it's a loud noise out of nowhere and because I didn't tell her to do that. Whatever, my brain doesn't want to process it and writes it off as a glitch. So I go take a shower and calm down. As I'm getting out of the shower, it happens again, only this time it's an a cappella version of the Scooby-Doo theme song.
That's pretty funny.
So at this point, I pull up the Alexa app to see what's going on. I found out that not only has it been hearing me tell it to play this song, but it's been hearing me ask it to search the phrases death, why death, what is dead, and what dead. That's really the crux of the whole email right there.
Okay, see, I add more credibility to this than I did before now.
Yeah, that's oddly creepy, and that's the worst kind of creepy.
No, it could be a hacker.
It could be. I mean, if you can hack into a baby monitor, you could hack into Alexa, but why play Scooby-Doo?
Just to
'Cause
mess
it's
with people, I
creepy.
guess. You could theoretically
I don't
do
know.
that.
I don't know of any. I've never heard of anybody's Alexa being compromised.
Hunter,
But
I have no idea.
I don't either.
All Alexa is a text to speech form of a Google search.
yeah, it's essentially
Anything can be hacked.
it's
Anything
essentially a
can.
glorified search engine.
And they have been many cases of hacked baby monitors where people come on and say things because they can hear and see you.
And those ring cameras have been people
or just
look through
webcams
those.
in general.
Or
If you don't have
webcams.
it encrypted and passworded, like it's open.
And that was the problem with a lot of the baby monitors. They were just sold like a Babies R Us, and they're just
I would
wide
tell
open.
this guy to make sure or this person to make sure that they're.
I would go in and change my passwords to everything.
Well, I would make sure that your like router is like you've got security on it, and you've got a.
Put a password on your Wi-Fi. In other words,
If your Wi-Fi is public, then I wouldn't even think about this.
I would
Right,
agree.
yeah.
And also think about proximity to neighbors. If you're on a non-private network,
Now, if his network is like encrypted and he's password protected and it's still happening, then maybe I don't know.
yeah,
if
I
you-
wouldn't have an explanation.
If you're
then.
needing a good name for your router at home, one of the best ones I've ever heard somebody use is FBI
Yeah.
surveillance van.
Yeah, we had one of those in my neighborhood.
That's one of the best names for a router I've ever heard. Like FBI surveillance van. No one will bother you.
I unplugged my Alexa because it kept randomly hearing just things. Like
Yeah,
we'd be
I did
having
too.
conversations and it would randomly throw back a result. So
Did you hear that?
Yes. Back here?
Whispering?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah, I heard that. Oh shit,
something
John.
like that.
What happened?
It was like
God.
that.
What happened? I thought that was real.
That was a reenactment.
Scared the hell out of me.
Okay, so we kind of jumped ahead there and went with the Alexa thing. That's not the only Alexa one we've ever gotten, though.
See, I also unplugged my Alexa at the house. I didn't want to have this thing listening all the time, and I wasn't so sure that someone couldn't hack into it and everything else. And to me, it just was a thing I didn't need.
I don't have one.
if I found out how to hack into your Alexa, I'd have so much fun.
See, this is what I'm talking about.
Oh,
My TV can do that. You can talk to it and tell it what to bring up, but I don't have a standalone appliance that does that.
yeah, I was iffy about that whole thing before we really got into it. When
what?
he started
The
talking about
TV?
the searches.
Are you talking about this Alexa thing?
Yeah, the specific one. Now I'm not so sure.
What you mean when it said why death and all that stuff?
Yeah, that's weird.
That part, yeah.
Why,
See, if it's-
why death, though?
If it's not a hacker,
death?
though,
Why not?
What is
So are
dead?
ghosts educated enough to
well,
use
you know what? Look,
technology?
I mean,
Depends on when they died.
here's the thing.
Just depends
We're
on when
talking
they
about, we're talking about being able to catch voices
Well,
on recorders that aren't
yeah.
there. So why couldn't Alexa do the same thing?
We're also talking about an industry where many groups use a device where supposedly the spirits are intelligent enough to manipulate energy to make it say fucking words.
Ghost that died in 1805
Yeah.
using Alexa.
So you know what I'm talking
What
about?
is dead?
It's so those words, those obulus things. All those is they're a word generator. But the premise is supposedly the spirits can use energy and manipulate it to say words. There's no instruction manual on how to do that. That's just the assumption, the jump that's made whenever a word pops up is, oh, well, there must be a spirit, manipulating energy to make that work. That's why we don't use those, because they're nonsense. That's the only thing. Dustin and I were talking about Project Fear the other day. That's the only thing I don't love about the show. I do love the show, but that's the only, they use the obulus a lot, the word generator, and I don't like it because we've talked about that before. You can find any single word that pops up, you can find a connection to make it fit.
Did you tell me that you have seen that YouTube channel?
Which
is like the haunted hotel where the guy owns the hotel?
no, you asked me about the two, and I said I've never heard of that one.
You need to look that one up because it's really, really good.
And what is it? Haunted?
Oh, God, what
You
did I tell
told
you
me.
it
I
was?
can't
remember either. I subscribed to it because it's just a dude that owns a hotel. He's also a paranormal investigator, and he's rigged this hotel up to it's a permanent investigation now. And he has YouTube videos of actual things. that
My
happen.
Haunted Hotel.
Something like that.
Yeah, I'd have to look. Yeah, I'll look
It's
that one up.
legit. Like he's really science based. He's not burning incense and sprinkling salt everywhere. He's actually trying to find stuff.
And that's one kind of the same reason I like the Project Fears, because they're not investigators; they're documentary filmmakers, and the sister Chelsea is an optometrist, so she's they're just people, and the whole idea is they try to go and to be as scared, to take as much scary shit as they can without running out. Is the whole idea.
That sounds fun.
But they're not investigating. You will see them run, and I mean they're not a stand your ground, big tough paranormal investigator.
We've ran fast.
Yeah, we have.
I've got nothing to prove to people.
No, I know, but a lot of TV investigators do.
I always tell everybody, if I'm running, you should be too.
Yeah,
That's what we should print on the back of his shirt.
That's a great idea.
If I'm running, you should be too.
That's a great idea.
Actually is a good idea.
And if you can't, if you ever think you're trapped in a room, just follow me. I will make a path to get us out there.
The John Dozer.
The John Dozer.
I
Run
will,
through a wall and
I
leave
will
it.
get us out.
That's what I said. I said there'll be a John-shaped hole in the wall, like Scooby-Doo. We do have some EVPs here we could play from our last couple of podcasts here at Pythian Castle. And by the way, if you have any, we got the Alexa thing we were talking about earlier. If you got anything you wanted to send, share, or ask, you can email us. contact@mwghosthunters.com is where it's where we get all those. But we do have some pretty good EVPs here from our past couple of podcasts. You want to just go ahead and do we want to?
Are these from when I was gone? When I was out of state?
I don't remember.
Because I think you guys did a few without me.
We did. Well, you were gone.
You weren't here for this.
You were on assignment. They were on assignment last week.
I was checking out the ghosts up north.
Yeah, and they were good. They were down south. So we got the whole thing covered.
He's traveling.
Me and John held down the fort here in the Midwest. That's what we did. And Hunter, Hunter, you were in the South too.
I was in the South.
That's right. I forgot. Okay, well, let's go ahead and roll through these. And Dustin, you probably not ever heard these, so let's go ahead and just play the first one here. My video game knowledge ends with Super Mario 3.
Nothing wrong with that.
But we went up. Did you hear that?
Yes, I did.
But we went upstairs.
You did. That was a.
Yeah, just like that. I'll play it again. Did you?
What were you guys talking about? I'm gone for 1 week, and you guys spend it
I
talking
heard
about
a
video
sound
games.
that I thought was from Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, we
I
played.
was here for that.
I
It
think
was that
but
little
we
jingle.
talked about it.
There
Right
was something
there.
right there.
Did you just hear it went?
Yeah.
I didn't hear it.
I didn't hear that.
Is that what it sounded like?
That's exactly what it sounded like.
I didn't hear it.
Just nailed it.
Perfect. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was it.
I didn't hear it. But yeah, we talked about that when you were here before, but we thought that was such good fodder. We talked about it again. We lamented, but that is what we were talking about there. I want to play it again here because the breath sound that we heard is at the very beginning. My video game knowledge ends with Super Mario 3.
Nothing wrong with that.
But we went up. It was right there. So there's one. We got a few more here. I'm just going to play one. I'm just going to go in a line here. Let's play the next one.
I couldn't even drive back then. That's exactly what we were doing.
Yeah, you couldn't. What was that?
I don't know. That was you heard. That was.
I'm going to play it again.
I forgot about that.
John, I'm going to sample that.
Can you and then send it to me in waveform so I can use it as a ringtone?
I got to use it.
Let me play
This
it
is
again.
going to be my ringtone.
Here we go.
I couldn't even drive back then. That's exactly what we were doing.
Yeah, you couldn't. What was that? I heard it back there.
I don't know. That was you heard. That was.
That's exactly what I heard. That's what it sounded like.
Can you imagine for a second? Hang on. I got a scenario for you, right? Let's say you die, okay? And you spend the next 100 years gathering energy to vocalize something.
Yeah,
Right?
I know where
Takes
you're
time.
headed.
And you finally do it. And that's what you do. And you just have us making fun of you
That's
for
all
it.
you can muster. Okay, let's go ahead and do the next one here. Let's go. Here we go. There was shit dripping down the wall. I don't even know how that happened.
What was that? Oh.
Did you hear
That
that?
was me.
But you didn't have your microphone.
No, it was a.
That was the one that I'd put a question mark by because
She
you
said
said
it
that
was
was
her,
you.
but that's not her.
But I
because it
wanted
goes-
to play it here where I could hear it better and see for sure. So I'm gonna do it again. Here we go. There was shit dripping down the wall. I don't even know how that happened.
What was that? Oh.
Did you hear
That
that?
was me.
You still think it was you?
No, it was. It's not Bobby.
I think I was talking about the breath. That other noise. I
The
don't think was
second one.
me.
The second one may have been you, but yes, I don't think it was you.
One more time. I want to hear one more
The
time.
first one I don't think was
There
me.
was shit dripping down the wall. I don't even know how that happened.
What was that?
See, the second one is you, but the first one's one
Yeah.
was what the Tyler's referring to. It goes.
That was the one I wasn't 100% sure on, but I did want to play it here where I could hear it a little
I
better.
heard that one better in the moment than I did right now.
I feel like that
That
happens.
might have something to do with also that we're all sitting level and I can see all of your faces.
Did you
hear that?
Oh,
What was that?
that was
So it
that was a
was.
snap.
Oh, the World,
you hear
World of
You heard a
Warcraft.
snap?
I've been up all night though. It might be different.
I just heard
It wasn't a snap.
garbled
Let me
gibberish.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, I heard this like vocalize.
Again,
Is it
it's the World of Warcraft goblin.
The imp?
Is it
for
the,
the
is
warlock?
it the
Yeah.
is it the white noise coming from the vacuum cleaner? I can barely.
I've
hear the
never heard a
cleaner.
vacuum cleaner that sounds.
I heard the first one for sure.
I'd have to hear the second one because I did just say something, so I could have accidentally repeated myself. If that's a
I
possibility.
will find it on your microphone if you did.
Okay.
I don't think that
remember. I don't
on the
remember.
noise there. I think the second noise is Bobby. The first noise, I don't think is.
Yeah, I'm not sure on that one. But we got a couple more here. We can keep going. Let's play another one. Time on the podcast doing that. I don't know. We'll have to. I heard that.
Yeah.
Was this all the same day, guys?
I think we had a lot.
There was a couple of different weeks we'd had them in there.
I think I've got another email too. But let's go here. Let's go. I'm going to do that one more time. How about time on the podcast doing that? I don't know. We'll have to. I heard that.
Yeah.
John didn't give us a.
That was the mildly amused ghost.
Imagine like back on your point a minute ago. Imagine like a Goku learning the Kamehameha at first. That's how the ghost starts his communication. This big build up, and then.
So I think we may have played that, but that's not the one I'm looking for. I'm talking to myself now. I thought, oh, here it is. Here, let me play this one. I can't remember. I've listened to all these, but I can't remember. And I see what this one is. I know. I couldn't tell if that was part of the same thing or not, but either way, I can't. And it's the whispering at the beginning too, right? Here, let me play it again.
I heard two things.
I know. I couldn't tell if that was part of the same thing or not, but either way, I can't.
There's two of them in that one.
I hate when I have to hear my voice on here.
A lot of people do.
Everybody,
Not hearing yours. A lot of people hate hearing their own.
Thanks for clarifying, Hunter.
Everybody hates hearing you on here, but just kidding.
I think you guys sound great.
I don't like hearing my own voice either. It's fine.
No, nobody likes hearing that.
Well, until you're used to it.
You get used
sounds...
to it at a certain point. You do. You get used to it.
Let me play one. I can't remember. To the source, because you can almost hear what was that? What the?
I was here.
Dustin was here for that, so I bet we've already played that.
I think we did talk about that.
Okay. Well, let me play it and see if it rings a bell. To the source, because you can almost hear what was that?
It said here.
I just heard like.
It says here.
Let me do it again. To the source, because you can almost hear here.
What was that? I don't hear here.
I did at the very end.
Yeah, I did.
I heard here.
Is this here?
That's
all I hear is the end, I guess.
Pay attention to the
I
very
think that
end.
was just somebody saying what they thought they heard on it at the end.
No.
Here, hang on, let me see. To the source, because you can almost hear what was that? What the?
Did you hear that?
What was that?
Whoa.
It was a something.
Wow. I heard that.
I don't hear any of
Everybody heard that.
That was something.
You didn't hear any of
You
that?
didn't hear
I
that?
didn't hear it that time.
I
The
just
here.
heard shh, shh, shh.
Well, that's what it is.
I can't make it out.
Did you hear that?
Hear that?
What was that?
I heard that.
That was a.
Yeah, kind of.
And that was nobody. That was nobody because I'm here looking around.
I think the storms might have helped us out here.
Maybe.
Oh, the old do storms put energy in the atmosphere
I
debate.
think they did.
Well, I mean, we've had, did we or did we not? Didn't we have that happen before?
Were we not at Ashley's?
Well, that's what or was it I think it was Mount Vernon.
Oh, it was Mount Vernon. It was
we were in
Mount
Mount Vernon when the storms hit.
Yeah.
It was storming that
But
night.
I mean, what would it have been like if it hadn't? We don't know. We have no. It could have been exactly the same.
Right.
But we did get a lot there that day.
It wasn't storming when we were in Willard.
No, it was winter. It was winter when we were there. It was cold.
Imagine if it was.
It was
So-
creepy.
There would have been a John hole in the door.
Did anyone hear that?
Yeah, It sounded like the old man standing up. Nobody else heard it?
No.
I didn't hear that one.
So my question is, do we even go there and mention those two words, Mars Hill?
Talking about it for 3 months.
3 months? I was listening to a podcast from last year.
3 months.
I was going to say
No,
no.
we've been talking about. Well, I guess we did initially want to do it before summer, and summer's almost over. So
We initially wanted to do it about 6 years
Here's
ago.
the problem, though. This is what we do. We just need to do it like next weekend if we can, because what we do is we do it. In the spring, it's like we should do it now. Yeah, let's do it now. And then the spring slips by, and it's like, well, we need to hurry up and do it before the
Keep
summer.
in mind, there's a big old festival coming into that area.
It's a weekend after.
It is?
Yeah, yeah. That's why I'm saying next weekend.
Oh, okay.
So next weekend will be the clear weekend if we wanted to. If we wanted to do it, if we wanted to go to Mars Hill and shut the fuck up about it, finally,
we want.
I want, yes.
I think we all want.
I think we need to just whoever can go
it would be
can go.
perfect place to try Hunter's new camera because he has that new.
I think that if it were me, I would just pick a date and roll.
Then let's do it next Saturday.
If somebody can't do it, they can't do it.
Next Saturday.
Okay.
I'm sure our listeners love hearing us make a date again. And
And then the next podcast is gonna be like, well, it rained, so we didn't make it out. No, we just need to do it and just shut the hell up about it. Because,
Even if we can't all be there, we need to do it. Somebody needs to
if
go.
someone can't come, me or
Right.
John or if it just
Right.
the rest of everybody just go and do it.
Yes.
I'm tired
because,
of hearing
because
about
what
it.
I would do is if something happens and I get knocked out of it, I'm just going to send my recorders with Chris or somebody else and say, just get in there
Because
and get it done.
what's going to happen next is going to be like, well, there's an awful lot of leaves on the ground now. If we go out there now, it's going
It's
to
a
be
little chilly.
Oh, now it's snowing.
now that she's going to be snow crunching, there's no point going out there now.
Then we'll go back to the bugs.
It's hot again.
In our defense, we did have this booked once, and it did rain, and it was muddy.
It really did. I don't think we could have gotten much of anything out there that night.
So,
Or maybe because of all of the energy in the atmosphere, it would have been a great night.
maybe. But I'm thinking next week we just need to go. That'd be a good place to try. At least try Hunter's. At least try. Let's at least go out there and try Hunter's camera and set up some damn recorders and try something.
Yeah.
Because he has a what is it? What do you have? Like a night vision?
It's a little camcorder.
I heard that.
Okay.
I did not hear that.
That's exactly what it did.
It's just a little camcorder that can record night vision.
You hear something?
Did it again?
Dude, that was like a little
Is it
more
me?
mean.
You're talking.
You can't.
Unless
it can't
Every
be
time
your
I am
voice.
talking.
Every time we go quiet, try to listen for it, nothing happens. So let's just keep going. Go ahead. What you got? You got a night vision.
It's just a night vision camcorder. Pretty decent visuals, but it can also take pictures and stuff too.
See, that would be a perfect place to go out and try that.
I just want to see how it works.
Yeah.
Because it was pretty cheap.
Yeah, we just want. I heard that, but I'm not even gonna stop. I'm gonna keep
The
going.
word is cost effective.
Yeah.
Not cheap.
Okay, well, let's plan on that next Saturday, and then finally we can play what we caught there or not, and not mention it again. Because the problem is not the problem, but the deal is we haven't been there since. It was one of the EVPs we played earlier when Tyler was talking about he couldn't even drive. I think that was what we were talking about. Was when the last time we were out there.
Definitely me, because I wasn't even 16 at the time.
Yeah, because remember I've commented. I was like, why do I sound 7 years old?
Yeah, you did.
Because I was trying to say maybe it just sped up the whatever. We all sounded, like toddlers. But we'll go out there. We'll go out there next weekend, and we're gonna get something. I hope at least set up the camera and see what we can get. So let's just plan on that. Mars Hill next week, and we've got some others. I guess that person never called you or I back.
Nope. They ghosted me, ironically.
So it's weird because they were in such a frenzy to get us out there quickly, and then I told John, I can't remember, I had something. I said, can you call this person because I'm tied up? And he called and she didn't answer. And then after that, I've called and texted and nothing. So anyway, I don't know if that one's gonna pop back up, but there's a few other emails too. I mean, there's one right across the street that we've talked about over there. From here, it's the one that we talked about the person who communicates. Isn't that right? Communicates with
this is a
spirit?
different person.
Is it a different? I may be
It's a
mixing
different
them
person.
up now.
Yeah, it's a different person.
There was a person you wanted to talk to.
But what I had said was, I think that maybe we should go over there because maybe some of the ghosts from here wandered off. Kind of like your dog leaves. I mean, maybe we've got Mr. Boots has wandered across the street, and maybe we got to go get him.
The old man's in the middle of the street with his ghost cane.
Okay, so we'll plan on going to Mars Hill next weekend, and because we got EVPs when we were there. We set recorders up on
Mars Hill, we got good ones at Mars Hill, and we heard a definite 19 or something like that, or 18.
76 or something. I remember.
Oh, that was a really good. That was a terrible recorder. That we caught that on.
Yeah, and that was also where Dustin got his. I've never understood to this day. I remember we were out there in July and it was hot. But Dustin was wearing a coat because you said something got tugged on. I remember because you said my coat got.
I wouldn't have been wearing a coat. It was middle of summer.
Yeah, I know. Something got tugged on. I can't remember.
It was a shirt, I think.
I can't remember what it was. Now that we've got a little better, well, not a little better. We got much better, equipment. So we'll go to Mars Hill next weekend. Whoever can go, even if just 3 people go, they'll go.
I'm going.
I'll go.
Damn it.
Well, we've waited so long now that I might have like games and stuff. So I don't know if I'll be able to.
Doesn't matter. I think whoever can go, you just go. I think you just got to pick it and
Otherwise,
go.
we're not going to make. I mean, we're trying to orchestrate.
And I think
13 people's.
Right. I think I think we're just going to have to just come in and say, can most people make it on that night? And if they can, and with this situation, even if 2 people can make it, I think we just go for it.
Yeah. So we'll do that. We'll do
Even
that
if it's
next
just
weekend.
even if it's just Hunter and Tyler.
I'll tell you right now, the cicadas are loud
I
this
know.
year
I know.
down there in the old
I know.
hills.
I bet, hell, this is what we were saying earlier. I mean, there's going to be cicadas. There's going to be leaves. There's going to be some shit. A million excuses. Last time we went, we just went. There were cicadas then. We caught EVPs.
Were there, or were we walking around on dead leaves?
No, there were leaves there. There was,
There was bugs. You
leaves
can hear
there,
you
but
can hear
it was
the bugs.
It was hot, and the bugs were loud.
We never went there in the fall.
No, it was Hunter's birthday.
Yeah, I don't think it was well kept back then.
Is it now?
It is now.
Okay.
Well,
We get it.
when we went on, I think it was a week after Memorial Day. It was mowed, picked up, looked really nice.
In no way am I saying don't go. The best time to have the least amount of noise pollution is going to be in the middle of winter. Now,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
going to suck being out there in the middle of winter.
I
heard
just
that.
want to point out, did anybody hear the weird whispering behind that?
Yeah, I heard it.
I did hear it, but I was hoping that no one else
Well,
did.
then-
That way I could just imagine.
What were
that
you saying?
happened.
What's the best time to go?
Winter?
Well, let's just go then.
Let's go in
Yeah, on
February.
second thought, I think we can wait.
We'll go in February. No, we're going to go the next weekend and see what we can get.
We can go back in the winter.
I know. It's dumb that we keep coming up with these obstacles.
We're acting like we go once, we can never go again.
It's pretty far.
Do we have the capability yet to do anything on camera? Is that what you guys are working on?
Today?
No, not today. At Mars Hill.
Yeah.
Okay. But if we can do some camera, stuff out there, that would be cool, because that's what a lot of people, message us and ask is, where can I watch?
We're working on it.
Do we want to talk about other things we may or may not do, or what else are we doing?
I've got big plans, man. Let me tell
Stay
you.
tuned.
We are going to Mars Hill next weekend. Someone's going, and we are going to have the Hunter's camera. We're going to try that out, and
What
we
if
are
we-
going to try to go live
What
in
if we
some
go
way.
out there earlier and we're there as it is getting dark? Not
We
wait
can go out
until
there
it's
whenever we
dark,
want,
but I
yeah.
mean, go out there while it's still light, get everything all set up, and then be there as darkness falls. That way we can
that's
get
fine.
that everything going.
That's fine.
Sounds good to me.
We're not trying to set up everything in the dark with flashlights, which would be bad.
Yeah,
That's kind
we can
of
do
our
that.
style.
I know. Yeah, weather permitting.
No. No.
I say we go no matter what. If it's pouring down rain,
I agree.
We send Tyler and Hunter, and they, along with Bobby, can get this thing knocked out.
You got it, John.
The young ones. If it's raining, we send the young ones in.
Well, I mean, there would be people needing to run things at the base. Chris and I would be needing to do that to coordinate.
All right, we'll go next weekend. We'll do Mars Hill next weekend, no matter what. No matter if it's raining, no matter if it's... Well, what if we all have COVID?
We'll be 6 feet away outside.
Did you just hear that?
Did anyone hear that?
Yes.
That was... I thought that was people in here. Was that not?
No.
Well, there's only a 5% chance of rain on Saturday.
All right, we'll go.
Right, but what if the sea levels rise and there are
And
refugees from the climate crisis?
Well, I mean, the big risk is going to be solar flares.
if there's solar flares, we cannot go.
What if
Hunter,
there's an
Tyler, and
earthquake?
Bobby will handle it.
If there's an earthquake that breaks the Richter scale record and hits right on that.
Did you hear that? Sound like
Did
frog?
you
Sound like a
burp
frog
just
It
man?
sounded like a bullfrog.
It was a frog. It was a
I
frog.
didn't hear that.
I thought it was Dustin.
No,
It was when Hunter was talking.
it was a bullfrog. Is what that was. Jeremiah
me
was a
speak,
bullfrog.
please?
Is what that was.
It really did sound like a bullfrog in the room. I can't believe nobody else heard it.
I
It
did.
keeps interrupting me. I'm kind of sad.
So yes, Mars Hill next Saturday. We'll do something on live.
It's in the books.
We're doing it.
And we'll be back next week with stories about why we didn't make it to Mars Hill. Midwest Ghost Hunters Dark Matter Podcast.